Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to both of the panel, Mr. Aminur Rashid bin Nordin and Madam Saliha binti Saleh. My name is Nur Izayu binti Zainuddin and I'm from 3BEA. Today I will present my PSM 1, which is about development of training module for industrial automation system based on real industry automation system. Before we start, I would like to give a brief introduction about Industrial Revolution from the first revolution, which is steam energy, then continue with mass production, computer and automation, and now Malaysia are moving forward to IR 4.0, which is cyber physical system. Just as internet transformed the way people interact with information, cyber physical systems are transforming the way people interact with engineered systems. So as you can see, they are RFID and Internet of Things, the Internet, embedded system, wireless sensor network, mobile network, and satellite network. These are all major part in moving forward to IR 4.0, where related skills and talents are needed the most. The problem statement of the project is firstly, graduated student missing technical skills and difficulties in detecting problem in the process. Secondly, as we all know, there are a lot of educated people and students that can graduate it with flying colors. But when they got into real industry, their grade aren't that useful and they are most likely to have low practical working skill. Lastly, new automation engineers are provided with theory and complex procedure and formula with little or no practice on real case to fully utilize all the lesson. The objective of this project is to help students develop professional competence that give both training and experience in handling problems. To develop learning module to understand the control system in visual and easiest way. Lastly is to analyze the effectiveness of Visual Basics in learning automation process system. For the next slide, I will continue about the methodology of the project. Before that, let's recap what is programming language. Programming language is a computer language that programmers use to develop software, script, or other sets of instructions for computer to execute. Programming language been categorized into two different levels, which is low level that include with machine and assembly language, and another one is a high level language that used by most of programmers to develop their programs. When planning software solution, you have many different programming to choose from, and it's easy to get lost in the intricacies of each one, and each of this language has its own specialty and strength. So as you can see from the slide, so there are three different development, which is for database development, programming development, and AI development. So different programming language are used to different reason, different problems. Your choice of language can depend on many factors, and there are few things need to consider so that the choice can be made easily. So you need to take note on this. So firstly, you need to know what is your target platform. Then you need to know the elasticity of the language, time of production, performance, and lastly, support and community. I will minimize the programming language options into two choices, which is Visual Basic and C#. As you can see, Visual Basic is imprecise compared to C#. Visual Basic is not case sensitive, which means the program can still run even the case letters are wrong. For Visual Basic, the conversion of data types can be done without losing original meaning. Plus, redimension array Visual Basic is easier than C#, where you can use redeem preserve. For C sharp, you need to copy the array and add value, then copy back. So you can see the process is a bit complex. Okay, so lastly, importing namespace can be done at project level if you use Visual Basic. So it will be easier, your process will be easier and faster than C sharp. Visual Basic is suitable for creating a Windows application, games, creating mobile application. So this is you can use for learning purpose. I mean, like if you want to try out to make your own video games, to make your own application. So by doing this, you can slowly develop interest and skills on Visual Basic. The advantage of using Visual Basics is it uses simple language and easy to learn, especially for beginner. The graphical program that does not require a lot of coding. And lastly, it is easy to develop GUI and connect to handler function provided by application. Visual Basic are built in with Integrated Development Environment, or IDE in short, where it contains programming tool, toolbox controls, and windows. Toolbox control are used to add element of program user interface to form by using special tool called controls. So you can see there's a list of tools on the control box. So these toolbox control are located along left side of your screen when you open Visual Basic. There are 5 windows used in Visual Basic. So there are form windows, properties windows, project windows, layout windows, and code windows. So let's go through one by one. So firstly is form windows, which is used to create user interface. Secondly, properties windows. So property windows are used to change the characteristic after done with interface. So for example, you can change the text color, text size, or even the design. So next we go to project window. So project window is used to help users switch back and forth between components that work on project. So layout windows is used to list out all files used in programming process. And lastly is code windows. This is the windows where user write instruction on their programs. So for this project, we are allowed to use any automation system from any factory as example for the Visual Basic learning module. So for me, I choose palm oil milling process. So you can check out the video about milling process. Okay, so this is my working plan for PSM 1 and 2. So we start with proposing idea, understanding problems, drafting idea, then selection of programming language, and so we start research and reading journal, so that we could compare which one is better to go through Visual Basics, and what is the best system that can we do to develop a training module. Okay, so next is the time frame for only PSM1, where from the first week until 13 week. Yeah. So for PSM1, we only most of the time just research and learning what is the process, the methodology. So we will start designing the interface design and writing code on PSM2. Based on the research and comparison that been made, Visual Basic is the most suitable programming language to develop the training module for industrial automation system. It is easy to learn from scratch within given time frame. Okay, so for the expected result, so I and everyone will expecting a result of where student can understand the system and learn the system using Visual Basic, where student can learn how to detect the system, the problem in system, and making ladder diagram, drawing ladder diagram, and also make a coding. So this is actually 3 in 1. This is all from me presenting my PSM1. Thank you for lending your ears and eyes to review my presentation. Thank you.